What's going on, guys? Back at you with our second week of Pick'em with my boy Mimp, and we're gonna go right into it. Week 12, and I got my schedule up right here. We got 3 games Thursday, we got one Friday, and then the rest on Sunday. So they're giving us a lot of football this week, and we're gonna start off with Green Bay versus Detroit. What you thinking, Mimp?
I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I definitely underestimated Green Bay, and I think I kind of knocked them last week. So kudos to them for shutting me up. But I still don't believe in them. I'm gonna go with Detroit. They looking good, man. And it's been a long time coming that they finally have a good product to put on the field for Thanksgiving football.
Yeah, that game though with Green Bay, but that's who they are, Green Bay. They'll play bad for 3 games and then they'll show up and play a good game. Like we're not gonna get this form of Green Bay probably for another 3, 4 games. I don't think they're gonna put up 30, 40 points against this defense. I don't think they can keep up with Detroit. I got Detroit winning.
And you know what? For me, it's not so much that Green Bay. It's the way I dissected Green Bay, and I think I really bashed Jordan Love, but at least for one week he comes up on top.
He's been inconsistent. It's been like Justin Herbert. You just don't know what you're gonna get. It's like he's capable of having good games, but it's just not like Aaron Rodgers where you know he's gonna play good today.
Yeah, yeah, very inconsistent. Give me
Uh-huh.
Aaron Rodgers on the ruptured Achilles.
Oh yeah, I'll take that any day. Absolutely. All right, next we're back in your division. We got Washington versus Dallas. Dallas are almost 9.5 point favorites.
As they should be. As they should be. It wouldn't surprise me if Duron Bland himself gets a pick six and outscores Commandos himself. You know.
One thing I will say is your division is very unpredictable. You guys seem to play each other tough, intertwined. I'm saying depending on who plays. So the only thing is I think Washington knows Dallas, but Dallas just has too much, and they're going to be in Dallas. I think they'll keep it close for the first half, and then in the second half, it's going to get away from Washington.
So if we go from the perspective of divisional matchup, NFC East, they're rugged. Don't get me wrong, yeah, it could be that type of game. But judging by what we've seen thus far this season, I'm going to go back to, again, last week. Once the Commanders got rid of their best defensive players, they were packing it in for the year. That's what
Yeah,
that indicated to me, at least.
yeah, that's true.
And the Giants do have a track record of playing well against the Commanders, and the Commanders sputter a little bit when they play the Giants. So it is very well possible you might get a better performance, but Dak Prescott, I don't think has to be exceptional. He just can't turn the ball over. When he turns the ball over, it's a recipe for disaster.
And
Really, I mean.
that's been his knock early in the year. He was turning it over. He's cleaned it up the last 3, 4 weeks. So as long as he doesn't throw the ball to the other team, Dallas should win easily.
I agree on that.
Now we have the Niners versus Seattle. Seattle are
Ooh,
4.5 point favorites. Or, I mean, the Niners are.
under. Yeah, I was gonna say because Geno Smith's a little shaken up here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't surprised.
He looks like Geno Smith of the past, of the Jets days. That's what he's looking like.
That sounds like somebody who's got a lot of trauma from those days of watching him
Oh,
take
yeah.
dropbacks for the Jets.
Yeah, those are
Amen.
tough. It's worse than a butt fumble.
Last I saw, he's expected to start though. That's
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
expected to play.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, the Niners. Yeah, let's make this an easy one. The day injury, Tufanga, their safety, torn ACL. I
He's
mean,
good. He's a good
that's neither
player.
here nor there, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Niners here.
Yeah, I'm going
They
Niners.
had a rough patch, actually. The Niners had a bit of a rough patch, and it
Oh
seems like
yeah,
they're maybe on the other side of that now.
yeah. They lost what, 3 straight? So yeah, they lost 3 straight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle put a game together, but I just can't see it. I mean, the
Where
Niners
is
are
that game, by the
traveling.
way? Seattle's a different squad.
Yeah, they're traveling. They're traveling to Seattle, so that's the only thing. So that will play a little bit, but I don't know. Like, there's not really too many scenarios that play out in my head where Seattle beats them. That's what it is. They'd have to just be able to run the ball, keep it close, keep the ball away from the 49ers. I don't know that they could run the ball on them like that. That's the thing.
That's a good point. I mean, those linebackers keep the run game in check.
And their D line too. But did Bosa get hurt, or was that his brother?
Nah, it's the brother.
Yeah, the brother got hurt. Yeah, I forgot which one of them limped off. So yeah, they're gonna. I think they'll shut him down.
It's Joey Bosa and out.
Yeah. So now we got Miami traveling to New York versus the Jets.
Wait, that's the Black Friday game, huh? The
Yep.
Amazon Spectacular.
The Jets are favored by 2.5 points. I don't understand how or why.
Wait a minute. Favored?
Favored
Jets are favored?
by 2.5 against Miami. I had to look at that twice.
Is there a stomach bug that ravaged the Miami locker room or something that I'm unaware of?
I think that, to me, I think they're just trying to get people to bet against, I guess.
To me, it sounds like there must have been some respiratory virus or stomach bug, and the whole Miami Dolphins offense was ruled out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Scenario in which the Jets are ever favored.
Well, I'll say this: the Jets, their bright spot is their defense, but it's still going to be tough to stop.
Last week.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to stop that, especially when they know they have no quarterback that's going to keep them off the field. When you're a defender and you know you have no quarterback, you're just not really in the game, you know?
Your boy Tyreek Hill might be the fastest individual I've ever seen on a football field. That man's going to break at least a couple times. It's just going to happen. It's just a matter of minimizing it, hopefully.
Well, the defense is going to be on the field all game, so they're going to give something up, for sure.
There's going to be a boost, a natural boost with Timmy Boyle coming in and starting this game. So there'll be a natural boost. No, I'm talking about like just guys fired up a little bit more. And then 2 drives into the game, it's going to be shot.
My thing is, this Tim Boyle guy, he wasn't even a good college player. He wasn't even a good high school player. So it's like, at least
I didn't even know the guy had it. It's my understanding he started before. I didn't even know the guy started in the league.
I think he played on Texas, one of those Texas schools. I forget which one. Not A&M. The Cowboys. Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State. That's what he played for. Yeah, he was. He wasn't even good for them.
Naturally, there'll be a little bit of a boost as they
yeah, like
a little more juice.
I get what you mean, but
a couple balls right into the ground, in the dirt.
Yeah, this dude.
Short of his route.
He's not good, man. You're gonna see what I mean. It's gonna be bad. I'm almost surprised.
I'm going Miami. I'm taking I might actually. I don't bet. I'm not a betting man. I might go put the whole savings account on Miami.
I mean, that's a good bet right there. I'm taking Miami too.
I've ever bet a day in my life, and I'm about to go bet on it after you telling me that information.
But like I said last week,
honey, put the savings account on the Dolphins.
But like I said last week, every time I pick against the Jets, they win. So I pick Miami and watch. The Jets are gonna win now. Book it.
So that's a win-win for you, man. Right?
I
Miami
mean,
win, you say, look, I picked it in my picks. Jets win, you happy.
Yeah, whatever. Now we got New Orleans versus Atlanta.
2 mediocre teams.
Yeah. I'm just going to pick the better quarterback out of the two and just go with New Orleans.
Yeah. I guess it's just a matter of one guy we know, he's average, the other guy we don't know. He's
Well,
probably a bust. Desmond Ritter, I guess, is a bust.
they need to get rid of Desmond Ritter, man. He literally is a turnover machine. He leads the league.
So then tell me why Arthur Smith decided to bring him back in and start him for the rest of the year. Maybe
I mean,
to get a good draft pick to
yeah,
replace him.
that's what it is. They're not going to keep him. He's not the future. The dude's not good. He's Mariota 2.0. He literally is
No,
Mariota.
that's unfair to Mariota, though. At least Mariota won a few games.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not fair.
I don't know, man.
That's unfair. Desmond Ritter, I can't see him playing out his even full rookie contract. He'll be out of the league.
Yeah, he's gone after this year for sure. He's gone. He's not. He doesn't even show any promise.
So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. I'm gonna go with the Saints, but just by default because I think Atlanta is just brutal.
Yeah. So now we got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Cincinnati just lost Joey B for the year,
Yeah.
but we already know about Kenny Pickett, so it's still anything can happen. I picked the Browns last week, and they prevailed for me. And like I said, I didn't trust Pickett, man. I didn't trust him, and he showed you why. You can't trust the guy.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals, even without Burrow right now. I think it's just this is where things I think go really downhill for the Steelers.
Steelers, yep.
I picked them. I actually picked them last week because I just think Mike Tomlin is the real deal and the defense is good. And yeah, after that, Matt Canada's fired.
Oh yeah,
Dog.
yeah, that's bad.
Pickett is next to go. I think it was like the first in-season coaching change since like 1943 or something.
Yeah, the Steelers never do that.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with the Bengals just because they can at least run the ball. They got some players on that offense.
All right. I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm only going to pick the Steelers because now I think maybe they'll have a little spark. Matt Canada's out of there. Maybe they'll start opening up the playbook a little bit more and being a little bit more creative. That's the only thing.
Open it up. May I ask for clarification? By opening it up, you mean not letting Kenny Pickett throw the ball at all, right? Just hand it off all the time.
Well, yeah, they need to run the ball a lot more. They don't run the ball enough. They just don't run the ball.
I just want to make sure I'm not here like think.
Well, more, and if he's gonna
let Kenny Pickett throw it more.
Well, if he's gonna throw it, they need to emphasize throw it to Pickens. Look Pickens' way. I don't know what he's looking at most of the time. It's just very frustrating to watch him play. He's missing first easy reads. He's missing easy throws, but then he'll make the hardest throws.
He's actually not even going through reads. He's just dumping it down.
Yeah, it's very frustrating to watch the man play. But I'm gonna pick him one more time. If they can't beat a Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals team without the offensive coordinator that supposedly was holding him down, I can't pick him again.
See, I was under the impression you took them last week too.
No, I took
I was surprised.
I took the Browns. Remember what I said though, because I think the defense was going to carry the Browns, and it would be too much for Pickens or Pickett.
Yeah, Pickens is a joke. So that Pickett's a joke.
Yeah,
Get him out.
Yeah, I can't do it with him. Let's bring Michael Vick back. Anything. All right, so now we got Carolina, a stinker, versus Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee. Carolina's just not there. Bryce Young, I think it's going to be an unfortunate situation for his career. He ended up in a really bad situation in Carolina.
Yeah, and the
I
kid.
think if he was in another situation, he might have had some potential. His career's over because of the situation he's in Carolina.
It's sad though, because he really can play. Like, if you watch some of his highlights, like he's literally under duress every single snap. He's literally, like, I know it's not something to brag about, but he literally should be sacked every time, and he turns a sack into like a 2-yard gain. Like, imagine if he had an O-line. Like, I think this kid could actually be a good damn player, but he's gonna just get wasted over there. Like, even with them having these picks next year, what are they gonna do with them? You know what I mean? Like they're probably gonna botch those picks, and then he's gonna be back in the same situation. So it's unfortunate, man. And how many chances is Wright gonna get, huh? He won that Super Bowl. We don't even know if he was calling the plays, right? So now he gets these 2 coaching jobs after. At what point are we going to blame him? He, like, every stop he's gone to, it's been a mess. Now Shane Steichen is taking over the Colts. Look at them now. They look competent. It doesn't matter who's under center. The Colts always look competent. And now everywhere Frank Reich goes, incompetence. We want to blame the quarterbacks. We want to blame this guy, the GM, the running. No, it's the coach. I guarantee you get rid of Frank Reich and you bring someone else in. I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl team, but they're going to be better than a 1-win team. And they shouldn't even won that game, let's be honest.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gotten another. He shouldn't have had another head coaching job after Indianapolis. Maybe a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, fine. Head coach, not happening.
He's an OC at most. He's not a head coach.
He's not a leader of men. Wasted. And I think Mike Vrabel is a decent coach.
Yeah, I like Vrabel.
I used to be critical of him, but he's pretty good. He's proven for time and time again now that he can win as a coach.
Yeah, usually I don't like. Yeah, I was gonna say usually I don't like the Patriots coaches coming out. They usually just sputter out, but he's pretty decent.
He was never, but he wasn't a Patriot coach. That's the big misconception.
Or I don't mean coach. I mean Patriot off the Patriot tree.
From the hierarchy, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. No, I would like to take Tennessee in the ugly fashion here.
Yeah, it's gonna be an ugly one. I think. I think Will Levis is gonna have a good game against a bad team. All right. Now we got Tampa Bay versus Indy. Speaking of the devil.
I'm really upset that Richardson's out for the year. It would have been a lot of fun watching him develop this year.
Yeah.
What a shame. What a shame. Nonetheless, I mean, they still perform, man. And you got a good running back there. Got a good running back. Minshew's a decent backup. I mean, it is what it is. Give me the Colts. I mean, the Buccaneers finally fell off. I think they are who we thought they were at the beginning of the season. I mean, they had a couple games here and there. Oh, Baker Mayfield, resurrected himself. The Bucs are not going anywhere either. Neither of these teams, really, in my opinion, are really going to go.
Yeah.
Do anything special, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tampa, they got their warm weather games. They won those games when it was nice out. The climate was beautiful. You're in Tampa. All right, you got your wins, but now it's getting cold out. It's getting windy. It's getting disgusting out. Now we're seeing who they really are. But luckily for them, they're going to be in a dome, so it's not going to matter. But I think Shane Steichen is just smarter than any coach that they have on that side, and they're a defensive team. So I think Steichen's just going to do circles around them and just outsmart them in ways that they couldn't imagine. Like, I'm not saying they're going to blow them out, but I think they'll just out-clever them and win by at least 4 or 5 points. So I got Indy winning this game.
The only thing I would question with the Colts here is, like, with Shaquille Shaq.
Oh, yeah.
Linebacker.
Yeah, that was a mess.
To me, Shaquille Leonard, that kind of threw me off, man.
Yeah, that's a mess. Like, what the hell is that?
I'm not sure why they got rid of him. That could be an issue in the locker room, maybe.
Yeah.
Aside from that.
Yeah, I couldn't understand that. He was a damn good linebacker, so I don't know. Someone's going to pick him up.
100%.
So, I got Indy. Who'd you pick?
Indy.
All right. Now we got your G-Men versus New England.
Yeah, I don't like this matchup. I just don't. For some reason, the Giants just I don't know. Well-coached teams often do well against the Giants. Bill Belichick's well-coached. Jimmy Adams well-coached. I mean, they don't have Mac Jones. This is going to be another scenario where it's like I kind of wish it was the Vegas game, right? Where I wish they had kept your boy Garoppolo in, and I wish the nonetheless, it's a bad matchup for the Giants.
Yeah.
But they are at home, and I kind of like the energy of DeVito. I think he brings a little bit of a different energy that maybe that we didn't have. Honestly, when you first asked me, I was going to take the Patriots. I could see the Giants at home winning this as their final game of the year. Like, I could see this being the last win that they have.
All right. Yeah, this one was a hard one. I didn't know which way to go with this one. Because with the Giants, I should say with the Patriots, they know they have to just stop Saquon. If they can somehow stop Saquon, that's the key to winning the game. So that's really what it comes down to.
Stop Saquon who? The receiver or the runner?
In any way, in any way, you can't let Saquon go crazy. If once Saquon gets going, if they allow that to happen, then they lose. But if they can bottle him up somehow and have a game plan where he is well covered and accounted for, I think New England could win this game. But it's tough to say because you just don't know.
New England's got to be favored, I imagine.
Yeah, they're favored by 5.5, but
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you got Bailey Zappi coming in, so they're gonna have a burst of energy. He'll have a full week to prepare, so I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go New England, but because also Belichick, he's not gonna be there next year, so he's also auditioning. He can't just fizzle out. He's got to win some games too and show that he's not too old, and the NFL hasn't passed him by. He still has to win a game or two and show that he can still win without Brady. So he needs to win this game, I think. If he loses to the Giants, this is going to be an all-time low for him, and they might just withdraw his offers.
Yeah, I don't think he's got to prove anything to anybody. Actually, I think he's got his credibility. I think if he wants to coach somewhere next year, and he's got a place in mind, I think he'll be just fine. But I do agree that, from the Patriots standpoint, if you're Robert Kraft and they lose, it is the lowest point where I think they'll have to move on.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind when he was with the Browns, losing record. And then when he came to the Patriots, he was losing up until he put Tom Brady in. And then all of a sudden, he started winning again.
That's not fair, though. That's kind of not fair. That Browns team was historically bad.
But then he came to New England, and he had Hall of Famers with New England, still couldn't get it done.
He got it done.
He got it done with the Giants. I'll give him that as a defensive coordinator.
Correct. Yeah.
I'll give him that. I just need to see him win without Brady. We saw Brady win without him. That's all I'm saying.
Sport, man.
You said what?
Football is a team game.
Yeah.
It's a team sport.
I hear that.
It's not that simple.
I hear that. But I think a quarterback has more impact than a coach.
No, it would be ideal for him. As far as the debate goes, it would be ideal for him to win without Brady.
If he wins without Brady, I'll shut the hell up. I won't say another damn thing. But until he does, he's gonna have that one thing. Brady doesn't have that over his head. He got that out of the way. So you got the Giants?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them.
All right. I got New England. All right, next we got a good one. We got Jacksonville versus Houston. I don't know which way to go with this one.
I'm gonna ride the C.J. Stroud train, man. I'm riding Houston. I like I said, I like the direction they're going in. D'Amico Ryans as coach, C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell. They got some talent, man. They're playing good. Flip side, you got Lawrence with Calvin Ridley, really coming into form, well coached. It's gonna be a good matchup. I like Houston in this ball.
I think Jacksonville, they tend to struggle against defensive-minded coaches for some reason, and against offensive coaches, they do better because the defense isn't as stiff. So I think I want to go Houston here too. I think Jacksonville will struggle with some of the defenses that they throw their way. But they'll score some points, but I just think that Houston There's just something different about this team. It's not the same Houston team from last year. They're just playing differently. They look like a contender. I'm not gonna go crazy and jump out of the window, but Jacksonville.
Kind of just did.
Yeah, but Jacksonville they've disappointed us though. With the Niners, they didn't show up. So it's like,
Nah, that was a dud.
like come on, like you like 3 points, like so it's a game like that. It's like so you're like a bully then. It's like so you're gonna bully the bad teams and you're not gonna show up against the Niners. So it's just weird to me. I don't know. That still left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm going with Houston.
We're in agreement on that, yo.
All right. Now we got Cleveland, Denver.
You know, weird game, huh? I mean, like 2 teams that just seem like they just are not contenders at all.
Well, Denver's in the playoff picture now.
But they're pretenders though.
They won.
Pretenders.
They won 6 straight.
I know, but I just something. It's the eye test. It's just something about the eye test. Like it doesn't look right.
You know who they remind me of?
It doesn't look right.
You know who they remind me of?
Let me hear it.
The 2011-2012 G-Men. Remember how terribly they started? They started like 0-4. And then they won a couple with Strahan, right? And then they lost a couple.
I'm aware.
They just got in at 9-7, and then they went on a tear, won 4 straight, and hoisted that trophy. They remind me of that team, man. They really do. They didn't have an identity. Now they're starting to figure it out a little bit. They're winning games.
I guess. But the only difference is the parallel. I mean, if you want to look back at those Giants teams, there were teams that were together for a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, so like there was some brotherhood there. Guys were battling for each other. Were intangibles that you could count for.
I'm talking
I
more.
don't know that they all feel the same way about each other.
No, I'm not talking feelings. I'm talking more how like
I get it.
how like the games are going.
Poorly and having to have like that one year, you know, the Giants they were 0-2, and then they were about to go 0-3. And they had the big time offensive stand against Washington. It kind of pumped them. I'm not going to deny that at all, but I just think that there's just too much combustion there.
It's a tough division.
Cleveland, I count them out time and time again, and I think they're better off without Deshaun Watson. I think they're just better without him. Because I think they just rely on their strength then, which is running the ball. They don't get too pretty. They just stick to the basics. When Deshaun Watson's there, they feel like they gotta have a Cadillac of an offense. They gotta do all these crazy things, and they overcomplicate. Versus now, I think they're gonna simplify.
I hear that.
Run the hell out of that ball and lean on that defense. Give me Cleveland, especially after I picked against them last week.
All right.
Give me Cleveland.
All right. We got the 10-minute countdown going, so we gonna go right through it again. So I'm gonna go.
Are you taking Denver?
Yeah, I'm taking Denver.
All right.
But I think it's gonna be very tough sledding though. I think it's gonna be.
Lock it in, baby.
Yeah, I think Denver. It's gonna go to the last quarter because it's defense versus defense, really. But obviously, Cleveland's defense is a little better. All right, next we got.
It's better, yeah.
Next we got LA, the Rams versus Arizona.
It's like who wants it more on this one, huh?
Yeah, it's a tough game right here.
Game that really I'm trying to think. How to dissect this one? It's hard.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm just gonna go with the best player on the field. Will be Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I'm going Cardinals too. I had a W next to the Rams, but then I realized I don't think Matthew Stafford's even playing this game. So I hear quarterback's out. So yeah, I'm gonna go Arizona too. And Kyler needs to win. Like he needs to show that he's gonna be there and he's the guy. So yeah, I pick Arizona.
For the culture, they gotta win.
Yeah. All right, we got 4 more games. KC versus the Raiders. The Raiders.
I never go against Andy Reid. You cannot bet against Andy Reid losing twice in a row, and they just lost. That's an embarrassing loss, I think, for them. For them, that's an embarrassing loss. Not for anyone else.
Yeah.
But being at home, it being a rematch, I think that they feel some type of way. And even if you go look at that last game, Valdez-Scantling making a big drop there. I mean, Kelsey didn't play too well. Kansas City's going to come in with a real chip on their shoulder. I think they're going to come in and just really give it to the Raiders here.
All right.
The Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going to go KC too, but I wasn't surprised with them losing last week because, like I said, usually the Super Bowl rematches that happen, the team that loses the Super Bowl usually ends up winning the game in the regular season. So I wasn't really surprised, honestly. I thought it was going to happen that way. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I was right. Like, I just wasn't surprised, you know. But, so, yeah, I got KC. Next, we got Buffalo versus Philly. This is going to be a decent game.
It is. Philly's rolling, man. They're rolling right now. And I think that this was a good tune-up for them to play against somebody out of the division, out of the conference in Kansas City. So now that they kind of got that out of the way, I think it's good for them to play Buffalo. I think Philly's headed really in the right direction. I think Buffalo's still trying to find their new identity, but a new identity with Ken Dorsey now being out. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with KC. I'm gonna go with Philly in this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think Buffalo's okay, but I think they're going to miss the playoffs this year. There's just a lot going on there. I think a bunch of teams, like the Bengals, are going to miss. Like they said, there's an average of 6 new playoff teams every year. So you got to pick new teams. That's just the way it is, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I got Philly winning this one, too. I think Buffalo, they're too reliant on Josh. And, like, he's their running back. He's their receiver. He's their quarterback. He's their third down threat. It's just too much, man. Every team has figured it out. Like, he's going to get his, but he's not going to carry you in the NFL all the time. Like, eventually it's going to wear off. And against Philly, you can't rely on him to do that the entire time against a team like this. So I just got Philly. Yeah, I got Philly. I think they're going to overwhelm them. Both got Philly?
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 more. Baltimore versus the Chargers.
Joey Bosa's out, hurt. Chargers. Just what we were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
How does that guy even still have a job?
Yeah, I hate picking the Chargers, man. They screw me all the time when I pick them.
Always. I mean, I'm going with the Ravens. I like the Ravens. They're like my AFC team, and I kind of jump on that bandwagon from time to time.
Yeah, I like Lamar, man. Lamar, you see him.
Odell.
Yeah, I like Odell. Lamar gets better every year, man. From his freshman year. From his first year on, you literally can see progression in his pass game. He's always going to be a good runner, but his pass game from then till now, like Jesus Christ.
No, I take issue with that. I'm gonna tell you something. I take issue with that. And since we're getting to the end, I have to. He's always been a good thrower. He's always been a good thrower.
Yeah,
They had Greg Roman as offensive coordinator who, for some reason, took a guy that was so immensely talented throwing the ball and said, you know what, you're just going to run and do run options all game long.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. Yeah, that was stupid.
All they're doing now is just allowing him to play quarterback. They're just letting him actually play quarterback.
Yeah, they're trusting him.
Like he actually did at Louisville. When Bobby Petrino was his coach at Louisville, he ran a pro-style offense.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't really run, actually. He only ran.
He did run, but it wasn't like, yeah.
It wasn't designed run.
Yeah.
When the play broke down or he would go through his progression, then he would run.
Yeah.
So all they're doing now is they're letting him play in a real competent offense, and you're just seeing the fruits of that late. That's all.
Yeah. Well, what I would say to that, my pushback would be he threw an ugly ball his rookie year. Like, he worked on that a lot. Like, now he throws a tighter spiral. You really can see his development. Like,
guess.
I would say, like, the ball obviously would get to the target, obviously, but it just wasn't pretty. It's like the Austin Eckler thing. It's not pretty, but it works.
Got it. I love Lamar. I like the Ravens. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I'm going to take that. My Chargers need to get rid of that coach, man.
Yeah, I mean, his time's ticking. The shot clock's up for him right now. It's very low. So, I mean, watch. We're both picking Baltimore, and this is the game that the Chargers are going to win. That's what they do. The Chargers win games they're supposed to lose, and they lose games they're supposed to win. That's who they are.
That's how it was in the past. At this rate, they're just not that team anymore. I think they're just bad.
They are. It's the coach, man. Situationally, just everything. All right. Our last game we got Chicago versus Minnesota.
Minnesota, Josh Dobbs playing good. They're just getting into form right now. They're only going to get better and better. I can't anticipate them getting worse right now.
Oh yeah, no.
And when it comes to Chicago, there's just too much of inconsistency, too much unknown. The only thing they have going for them is it's a division opponent, and they got some familiarity with them. But as far as the more superior team, the better team, it's the Vikings.
Yeah, I definitely think Minnesota is definitely the better team. They got the better coach. They got the defense, I guess. Yeah, I'll give them the nod on that. But I think the Bears are going to win this one. They should have won that game last week. They threw it away. They threw that game last week. All they had to do was be smart, and they just weren't. Gave the game away. I think they're going to come in with their chops licked and ready to go. And I think they're going to win this game. Justin Fields has to win. If he doesn't win, they can't prove that he's going to be there next year. They can't justify keeping him if he keeps losing. So Josh Dobbs, if he loses again, he's going to be fine. He'll still be there. I think Josh Dobbs will play well, but so will Chicago. But they'll do just enough to win.
And they'll turn it over from time to time. Josh Dobbs will fumble or...
Oh, yeah.
No.
So, yeah, we got a minute left.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I picked Chicago. I think they'll win by a couple points. Close game. I think it's going to be a very close game, but they just win in the end. Anything quick on the NBA in the last 30 seconds?
Oh, yeah, man. It's looking good. Actually, I kind of like what they're doing with that in-season tournament, man. It's kind of seemed phony at first, but it's cool. It's adding a little something.
Yeah, I like it.
Knicks tough one in Minnesota the other night, man.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I can't wait till the playoffs start. We're going to be talking heavy on that. We're going to do deep dives. Yeah. We're going to talk in depth each game. It's going to be less games so we can do more talking.
Hey, man, listen, before we get disconnected, you and your family have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Everyone else too, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one. Take care.